Today, we will decorate our signature number 1, Invitation to the Ball. And by the end of the video, you will have 12 easy page decorating ideas for your signature. Number 9 is my favorite. Welcome back to the Manor. I'm Sarah, and today we will decorate our signature number 1 of the Butterfly Ball Journal. This chapter is called Invitation to the Ball. Many of you have requested to do a quick run through the page order of the signature, so that makes it easier for you to follow along. To print out your journal, I usually print out the entire PDF of the journal pages on one side and the horizontal background pages on the other side. So I simply run through once all of the entire journal, and that makes it easier. So let's get started, and you can pause the video and follow along to order your signature pages, of course. We'll have this as the first page and the conservatory on the back. We'll have another conservatory page as background page and this journal page in the back. We'll have this background page, and then we'll have the lined page in the back. We'll have this journal page. We'll have this background page and this journal page on the back. We'll have this page, the gold damask, and the Manor in the back. And then I have also printed a set of lined pages from the Butterfly Lined Pages paperback. And we'll have the lilac damask in the back. Then we simply flip the pages over and fold them like so. This makes your first signature. So for this signature, we are working with the Butterfly Ball Journal Collection. For the ink, I'm using the June 6 ink. This one here is the Concord Grape. I also use the Tim Holtz Stress Oxide in Frayed Burlap. For the first page here, I'm using the Invitation to the Ball because that's what the signature is about. And this beautiful pop-up card is a freebie that you can download for free below. And we have made that in our last video, so make sure to check out that video because it is so much fun to make. See how it pops up like so? I love it. And it has all the invitation details to the Butterfly Ball. The assembly shall commence at sunset on the 9th day of July 1835 at the Glass Pavilion and Botanical Gardens, Rosewood Manor grounds. So this is the official invitation, and this is only befitting to go right here at the first page of the signature. And also I'm going to put some lace here. The iron gates of the manor stand tall, but do not let their strength deceive you. They have seen many a clandestine carriage slip away into the night. Beneath the heavy wisteria, more than one forbidden vow has been whispered as the sun dipped below the horizon. So the lined pages I like to leave open because it is great journal space. And then I have here an envelope from the collection that I simply cut this part off and that I put a little notch in with my hole punch. And the edges I inked with the frayed burlap. And we have a little card here that goes right in here. And we have a little festive fuzzy cut here. How pretty. Next, let's attach this beautiful envelope pocket here. And for that I use some washi tape. So I like to measure the washi tape first, cut it off, and then put a little bit of glue where the washi tape goes, because it's not a very strong adhesive. So for an elegant look, I like to find gold foiled washi tape. So whenever you search for washi tape sets, it's always nice when you find gold foiled ones. Sometimes a matte one is nice too as well. We have also matte washi tapes, but I like the gold foiled the most, of course. It all depends on the design and on the layout. So it's always good to have options. And if you're like me, you probably have plenty of washi tape. Little bit of journaling space here. The wax seal waits, trembling, to protect a message that could ruin a reputation by noon. Before we continue, for the crafters that are new to the channel, do mark your journals. Our promenade gathers twice weekly, every Tuesday and Friday. By visiting the Manor, you aren't just crafting, you are building a legacy. I promise that when our work is complete, you will hold a fully realized heirloom journal in your hands. I like to ink the fuzzy cuts with the Concord Grape June 6 ink. So for the butterfly ball collection, I got these butterfly silicone stamps. Let's see how they turn out. So the key for these stamps is to dab them very, very lightly and not to go over the edges. And I'd rather go over it twice in order to keep a clean stamp look. Very gentle. And I have this tool here to make it easier to press it down evenly. Oh, how pretty. It's always a surprise how a stamp turns out. And I like to use a stamp in the back, so it adds a little something to it, but it also makes it easy to slide in and out so it doesn't get caught anywhere. And let's add a little ribbon. That in here. I always like to put my thumb where I don't want the glue before gluing pockets. And to give the butterfly fuzzy cats a little bit of dimension, I only put glue here on the center part and lift the wings a little bit. So that way we have a little bit of a 3D effect here. And this one is a little bit too small, so I'm gonna just put the butterfly over it. Like so. And we have here another journaling card. And here we have a beautiful little guest list. This is the intention for the design here. So back in the day, of course, before invitations were sent out, a big guest list was made first. And I just love the design about this here. And then we have the manor here on this side. To keep current on the whispers of the time, simply subscribe and strike the bell. It is, after all, the only way to ensure the footman announces the arrival of our next chapter the moment it reaches the parlor. The trunks are packed in haste, in eager anticipation for the butterfly ball. So for this page, I want to make a suitcase, if you will, a little travel trunk where we pack all of our, where we have all of our goodies in it. And so, but first, I want to just attach this little fuzzy cut to complete the page. So we get that out of the way. Yeah, we want to see this beautiful gown. What a beautiful travel gown. So I cut one of the vertical background pages, the one with the flower bouquet here. That was here. And this is also one of the parts. So I cut it in half down this way. So I folded it. This is 4 inches. So this is about 4 inches, and you can see I left a little bit of a gap here, and then I folded the rest over. And then I used a corner rounder to simply round the corners of the flap and of this part here. And I inked the edges. And then I used another piece from the other cutoff, from the other half. And again, I simply rounded the corners, put a little notch in here. So this is going to go here. And then the other 2 pieces that I took here. But before we glue in the pockets, we have to make sure to add the closure. And this is a swivel closure that we will add here. That will go here like so. And it will attach to this part where we would glue the pockets. So we need to put this first. So this is the swivel. So we're going to put a dot here and a dot here. We use a little micro punch for that. Now for here, because the micro punch doesn't reach all the way, I'm going to use an awl, and I'm going to. Next, we need some sort of bread, and I like these flathead breads because they don't take up, they're not too bulky for the journal. So as you can see that it has a flat head. So that makes it a little bit easier. And we put the fuzzy cut. We're gonna put fuzzy cut here like so. And then we simply put the bread here like so. And we'll open it like so. So there. This closes it very nicely. And then I like to glue on the other side here a little circle to cover up the bread, which makes it easier then for everything to go in and out a little bit easier. So here are our pockets, and let's add a little bit of lace here. While this is drying, let's add it to the page. Now let's fill our trunk. Of course, we need our gowns for all of the different occasions. We have another gown here. And of course we need a hand fan. That is a must. And then we need a parasol, of course. Parasol. And we need some shoes for the ball. And a shawl, of course, for when we get some fresh air. When we step outside and we get some fresh air from the dancing. So here is our little suitcase. And we are ready to depart. The glass conservatory is a marvel of architecture, yet its transparency is its greatest danger for those seeking a private moment. Among the fluttering butterfly wings, one might find a couple standing much closer than propriety would ever permit. And here we are going to make a little fold out. And for that, I have printed out a piece from the lined paper pack and simply inked the edges of it. And this is how I folded it. So you always want to have some flaps on each side so that one flap can attach to the part that folds it out and one part can attach to the journal. And I'm using for the fold out one of the tags. That is so pretty, and that will fold out this extra journaling space. And now we attach the fold out to the journal page. And let's add a little tab to it. Stick with me for just a few moments more, because the page we are about to reveal holds a detail so clandestine it might just change the destination of our entire story. You don't want to miss how we tuck this particular secret away. So the center page we leave undecorated because we will sew in the signatures at a later video, and it would be a little bit in the way if you would decorate it right now. So this here will be a very special pocket. We will put some lace behind the pocket, and we still have the pocket here intact. Let's hope it works out. I have a vision for this. So what I did here is I drew a smaller rectangle here. So I'm going to cut out this rectangle, and then I will add the lace behind it. So let's hope it works. And so now you have this beautiful frame here, and you have this piece. And I always like to keep these cutouts because they make a nice little journaling card or something else that we can use it for. Next, let's glue the lace on, and it is important, of course, to find a lace that is wide enough for this. This particular lace has these little frayed edges here on the top, and I trimmed these on the bottom just a little bit. When gluing lace, it's important to use a bit of a stronger glue. This is the art glitter glue, and that works pretty well for gluing lace onto paper, because the Barely Art glue does not stick to lace and paper together. So I want to make sure it is tight. So I like to pull the lace just a little bit. Okay, that should make our lace pocket here. Yes. While this is drying, I'm going to add a little lace belly band here. So let's glue our lace pocket here. A pair of violet boots rests by the door, still dusted with the soil of a midnight stroll in the Forbidden Gardens. So for this page, we are going to make a little folio, and this is one of the vertical background pages. And I simply folded it in half, and then I folded up a piece like so, and I cut a little bit off here. It was a little bit too long, but that's the general layout. Then I took one of the envelopes that we have in our add-on kits, and I traced this pretty pattern here. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut that top like so. So, and that's how our folio looks like then from the outside, like so. Then we want to cut a little bit of the bulk here so it's easier to fold together. So I'm simply going to cut just next to this line here, to this fold line. So now it folds a little bit easier, and I'm going to cut a little nudge. Now we have it all inked up, and I'm gonna glue the flaps over to create our pocket. And here we have our pockets ready. And I made a few tags here. I simply cut these from the vertical background pages again. And then I used the tag maker and I added the top part of the tag, like so. And now I'm going to add some ribbons to that. And just to add a little variety, I used 2 different colors. You can get these satin ribbon sets in like bulk, really. I'm going to link a set below, but it is really easy to access these in all different colors. Like I think it's 20 or 30 different colors in one package, and that way you are set for life, basically, for all of your journaling life. So you will always have satin ribbon in any color you wish. There we go. Beautiful. And now we'll add a little belly band here. So I have been collecting embroidered ribbons for a long time, and sometimes I can find them for you and link them below, and sometimes I can't. I'm not sure if I can find this one, but what I would say is really keep an eye out for embroidered ribbons or jacquard ribbons, any kind of widths, any kind of density. This one is a little sheer and embroidered. Some are fully embroidered. Just keep an eye out and keep collecting. That's all I can say. So now we want to add this belly band, and since this is so thick, I like to keep that here in place as I glue it, so I know exactly how much give I need for it to keep it in place. So and here we have another little journaling card. And I like that I have some lines also in the back here. And here we have another pretty lined page and the other half of our beautiful manor. And here we have a printout of the official butterfly invitation, and this is part of the vertical background pages. And so I printed out on a regular printer paper, and I simply folded it. I inked the edges a little bit just as another little token or memento of our butterfly ball, and that will go right here. And then I have here a wax seal that I made with a rose. And that will go right here. So when you want to attach a wax seal, regular glue won't work. In just regular barely glue will not work. Perhaps Fabri-Tac. I haven't tried Fabri-Tac because I can't use it, but there are these very specific stickers that are specifically made to attach wax seals, and for some reason they figured out the right adhesive, and they are already round, so you can simply peel it off and attach it to your wax seal like so. And then just take the backing off and attach it like so. So, and this is a nice pocket that I made here with the fold outs, with the folds, so it has enough space for this invitation. There it is. Let's add another little pocket here. And I've got these pretty lilac bows. And here we have a nice tag that will go in like so. Here. A morning room desk holds a bouquet of lilacs, but look closer at the manuscripts. They are not mere poetry, but a record of every scandalous glance exchanged at last night's supper. So for this page, I'm using these glassine bags that you can order online, and I simply cut off the top to fit the size for it. I inked around it a little bit with the purple ink, and then we have here our cards that will go in like so. And to make it a little bit more interesting, we have here some butterflies, and we're going to attach them here, like so. Again, glue just in the center. Beneath the heavy wisteria, more than one forbidden bough has been whispered as the sun dipped below the horizon. And here we have the beautiful manor with the butterflies. And this is also part of the vertical background pages. So I simply cut off the top and the bottom. I folded it over like so and simply made a notch here. I like having like deep pockets for journals where we can really put in lots of notes and stuff. It's a little bit like having a handbag. I'm one of those people who can't have a tiny micro handbag. I need at least a mid-size handbag to put all the stuff I just can't live without. Some people can. Travel light, I was never one of them. So I like plenty of storage for anything that we might want to tuck in here and hide away. Stay tuned for what is coming up next. We have some announcements for you. And so our first signature is prepared. If these designs have captured your heart, the Butterfly Ball collection awaits you in our Etsy boutique. Details are listed below. Or if you are viewing this on your parlor screens or television, let this QR code be your magic key. Simply aim your camera and click. The boutique doors are always open for you. Our trunks are latched, our ribbons are tied, and we have officially begun our journey toward the Butterfly Ball. But do not grow too comfortable in your velvet seats just yet. Our journey takes a turn for the mysterious this coming Tuesday. I shall be back in the library to show you how to construct a secret interactive element, a piece of paper engineering so clever even the most eagle-eyed chaperone won't be able to find what you've hidden inside. Until the carriage stops, I remain yours in lace and ribbons and with much love, Asara. Good day.